Steve here once again with Dr. Nario. Thanks for being with us, Doctor.
Hi, Steve. Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
All right, so Dr. Nario is with Biointegrative Health Center in Reno, Nevada. You can check them out online, check their website out. Just if you're curious, see all the different treatments and things that they do, the things that they treat, and so on. So let's talk about PQQ. Um, I'm into things like this that give you energy and affect the mitochondria. So, what is PQQ? I can't pronounce it.
Well, this is the reason why you can't pronounce it, Steve, because it's called pyrroloquinoline quinone. So let's stick with PQQ, right? That's the
Yeah,
main
yeah, I
reason
won't
why.
try it.
So it's also called methostatin, and it's a vitamin-like compound, and it's renowned for its potent antioxidant effects. It's also thought to be involved in many cellular processes, including protecting the nerve cells against damage. PQQ supports proper mitochondrial function and cellular development of new mitochondria. And mitochondria are specialized structures inside your cells that are responsible for producing energy from foods that you eat. So if you notice that I'm harping on mitochondria here, because that's one of the main drivers of mitochondrial function, and that's where PQQ comes in.
I've heard that it can actually increase the number of mitochondria. Any
Mhm.
science behind that, or?
Yeah, well, the science behind PQQ is actually still young, but later on, I'm going to discuss with you a little bit more of the studies about PQQ.
Okay, so where does this come from? Is this natural? Do we get it in food, supplement? Where do we get it? And is it natural? What is it? What kind of compound is this?
Well, Steve, it is natural. It occurs naturally in soil and food sources such as spinach, kiwi, soybeans, and even human breast milk. But when we talk about synthetically made, it's manufactured via a unique bacterial fermentation process and is harvested from certain bacteria that naturally produces the compound as a byproduct of their metabolism. So we're talking about this in supplement form. But in food, yes, as I mentioned, this is pretty free when you eat a lot of these natural food sources.
Can you get enough of it in food to really have a therapeutic effect?
I mean, that's the problem. As you know, the standard American diet is not really what I mentioned, where the sources are. So if you are like a lot of vegetarians and vegans could actually get it, but for a standard American diet, which is the majority, probably not, unfortunately.
So we would need a lot of vegetables. So what are the
Mhm.
benefits um, of this, of taking the supplement or getting it in our body? What are some of the benefits?
So anti-inflammatory, Steve, is the main heart of one of the bigger benefits of PQQ. And again, as I mentioned to you, animal studies had shown significantly less inflammation, especially in the brain, especially when it's damaged, compared to groups that didn't take it. And when also assessed, the liver shows lower inflammatory markers. And for the human studies now, markers of inflammations are the ones that are affected: CRP, interleukin 6, even blood sugars and cholesterols. So that's why when we talk about humans, it's really more of inflammation that does the work. And again, going back, research in mitochondria are the ones that are really, I guess, now in bulk. And experts had actually noted that mitochondrial health is something associated to PQQ, where it's improving memory, energy, and sleep. And in even the small studies, it had proven that 20 milligrams of PQQ daily resulted in significant improvements in sleep and fatigue. And again, always related to recharging that mitochondria in relation to health.
Hmm. Okay, so I know I it's something that I've kind of been taking recently. I've taken it in the past, kind of taking it now, and um, is there anything that helps it work better? Like I take it with CoQ10, ubiquinol. I take them together, and do you have any type of recommendation or knowledge about what the dose of PQQ should be?
Mhm. Yeah, there's so many different doses for PQQ. As I mentioned, 20 milligrams on studies already had resulted in improvements in sleep and fatigue. But I have patients who are taking 100 milligrams, even 200 milligrams. It really depends on how I guess you want to see the effect of PQQ is. But what I want to clarify here is PQQ is really known as is termed as nootropics, one of the nootropics. Nootropics are substances are used to enhance brain function like memory, mental focus, motivation, and creativity. And they are sometimes called smart drugs. It can help boost energy and focus. Like, for example, ginkgo, creatine, omega 3s, L-theanine. So all of these improves brain function. So that's always what PQQ kind of correlates with when you mention the name. It's always about memory. And that's why when you mention about ubiquinone, CoQ10, these are also mitochondrial drivers. And they are created in the mitochondria to produce energy. So thus, as we always been harping throughout this webinar, PQQ works on the mitochondria. That's why ubiquinone CoQ10 works with that real well.
Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I take a 40 milligram, just one capsule a day. Um, and so is that like your patients, they take it orally, or is there any other way maybe that they take it just orally?
It is. It's only oral, as far as I know. There's no IV form. I mean, liquid form. I don't know if there's something out there in the market, but it's always a capsule.
All right. Well, it sounds like a great supplement and something healthy for us. And thanks for your input. A lot of stuff for the brain and all that. So thanks for your input, Dr. Nario, and we will talk to you next time.
All right, Steve. Thank you so much for having me. As we all know, knowledge is power, and thank you for letting me provide you with edge in longevity and health maintenance, which I call the biological edge or the bio edge.